Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Harry and Meghan. There's so much to unpack, so let's get to it. In this video, I'm diving into the first 4 episodes of With Love Meghan, season 2 of course, from the amazing guests that she's spending time with to those recipes, and of course, her fashion looks as well. So let me know in the comments, which guest or recipe did you love the most? So the wait is officially over. Season 2 of With Love Meghan has premiered, and I've already binged it and started my rewatch. This season is a nice mix of heartfelt moments, lots of inspiring guests, and of course Meghan's signature effortless style. Episode 1 is a sweet and savory adventure. Meghan's guest was David Chang, who is a world-renowned chef and the founder of the Momofuku restaurant group, Christina Tosi, the founder of the Milk Bar, and we know Daniel Martin. If you've watched season 1, that you know that Meghan tends to do certain crafts or has like a welcome drink or little nibbles for her guests. And in this particular episode, Meghan made some really beautiful tie-dyeing scarves for her guests, which was such a cute touch. And just to tie this into a later episode with Tan, where she gifted him a really beautiful spice box, but the way that she presented it, like wrapped in a beautiful scarf, that really inspired me to try something like that for the upcoming holidays. So I'm planning on going thrifting, maybe, hopefully, finding some vintage scarves, or if not, find some beautiful ones that I can sort of zhuzh up, similar to what Meghan did on the show, and use that to wrap my presents for this Christmas. And I'm really excited. I think that's a really cute idea. 2 of the main recipes for this episode is, of course, the caramelized onion tart and the s'mores from scratch, which I would never think to make something like that from scratch. And the interesting flavors that they added, the turmeric, the lavender, the vanilla. For me personally, I am looking forward to making that caramelized onion tart. Now, when it comes to the fashion, this season did not disappoint. There's so many beautiful looks. In this episode, one of my favorite is that Carolina Herrera striped shirt dress. Fantastic. And to round off the episode, it was so nice to see all 4 of the friends at the fireside enjoying their s'mores, having a good laugh, good food, good conversation, good laughs. That's what season 2 is all about. And this episode did not disappoint. On another note, before I forget, did you guys know about the silky chicken? I'd never heard of one or seen one. It's so adorable. The second episode is titled It's Way Past Our Bread Time. Nice little play on words there. And to start off that episode, we saw Meghan making a beautiful sourdough bread. Now in this episode, Meghan reconnects with Chrissy Teigen. And we do see a very brief cameo by Chrissy's husband, John Legend. Love me some John. His music is fantastic. Now for this episode, it's very easy breezy. Both Meghan and Chrissy swap sort of like parenting stories, and of course they reminisce about their days as deal or no deal models. All in all, this episode sort of reminds me of 2 millennial moms just spending some time together talking about their kids and reminiscing on the good old days. One of my favorite looks from this episode is that gorgeous like wool and cashmere turtleneck sweater from Rag & Bone. Mwah. Fantastic.
So I'm watching Meghan's new show, and I'm just on episode 1, and I love it so much. It just feels like a warm hug, and that's the only thing I can say about it. It literally feels like a warm hug. Everybody's just so happy in it. What they're doing is so cute. It's just adorable, and I want to be her friend so I can be on it, because I want to do all that stuff.
With Love Meghan is like visually watching and visually shopping a very high-end, luxurious Etsy. Because I just got done watching episode 2 of season 2, and her making the rose water, I mean, I would love that to be gifted to me. Like, what a gorgeous gift. Those dried pressed flower charms were absolutely beautiful and such a great like gift idea that as I was just like sitting here watching episode 2, one, I loved her outfit, like that pink and mauve color combination. And I love that her and Chrissy Teigen kind of like matched each other. They reminded me of like me and my sister, just like their banter. They were very similar, but like super different too. So just really reminded me of like a sisterly relationship and like my own personal sisterly relationship. But I'm still loving this season. And I'm going to watch episode 3 later today. I'm just like savoring each episode. But you can just tell she's like so much more comfortable this season, and she's just so playful and having so much fun. But as I was watching these crafts that they were doing, I was like, one, I feel like I'm at a spa day, and two, these are like the most luxurious crafts, and literally it's like a high-end Etsy. And I'm absolutely eating it all up, and I am just thoroughly enjoying this season, and I cannot wait for episodes 3 through 8, and it just keeps getting better and better.
Well, the third episode was titled Easy as Pie. In this episode, Meghan's guest is Tan France, who is one of the stars of Queer Eye. To start off this episode, we see Meghan buying books for his 2 children. Of course, she picked up a copy of her own book, The Bench. And just as she did with the Chrissy Teigen episode, there was a lot of conversations about family and about their children, which is to be expected because, of course, they're parents. If you've noticed, like the episode with Chrissy and the episode with Tan, it's nice that they're not only just filming and having a good time and enjoying a little meal, but they're also making like little gifts for their children, which is a really sweet touch. In this episode, they made that delicious French toast, which I will be trying. That's on my list of things to do. They even talked about meeting their partners. Meghan talked about Prince Harry being the first person to say, "I love you," and that she realized that she really loved Prince Harry on their 3rd date. One of the sweetest moments of that episode, and I feel like Tan, to me, looked genuinely appreciative of the gift, where she gifted him that vintage spice box, which is so sweet. And to top it off, they finished the episode on that beautiful Montecito beach.
The Tan and Meghan Sussex friendship is the friendship I didn't realize I needed in my life. I just got done watching episode 3 of season 2 of With Love Meghan, and I'm not gonna lie, I started crying when Meghan gifted Tan the spice box. It was such a sweet, sweet moment, and you could see that Tan was genuinely touched by that gesture and that gift from Meghan. I think that was probably like the best gift Tan could have like ever received, and you could just feel the emotion like rolling off of him. Also, Tan is like all of us with how starstruck he was when he was like originally meeting her for the first time. Like he walked in completely like wide-eyed and was like, I can't believe I'm meeting her. This is amazing. Like he was acting like all of us in that situation, probably meeting her for the first time. The episode was just so positive, so warm, so cozy. It is such a nervous system reset for me when I'm watching it. Like I actually like visibly just am like, ah. And I loved the recipes, like the French toast recipe, the lavender latte, and the apple hand pies. Everything's so simple, but like the way she just like elegantly elevates everything to bring joy to the person she's cooking for or cooking with, like just the thought, and those thoughts are so simple that we could add them to our everyday lives. Like, you know, maybe I need to buy the flower sprinkles. I'm not sure. But I also love that they were like drinking some champagne and some cocktails throughout the whole thing, so you could also just like tell that they were getting like a little bit more loose-lipped. And when he was asking her personal questions about like who said I love you first, the blush on Meghan, like I was blushing for her because you could just tell like it was such a special moment for her. And it like, I'm sorry, but she loves Harry. She does. So hot take, I think episode 3 out of the 3 I've watched so far is my favorite, and I think her and Tan are going to be really, really good friends moving forward. We just witnessed a birth of a friendship, and I'm totally making that French toast this weekend and maybe those hand pies just to kick off fall because September is on Monday, so we need those fall flavors. Until next time, watching episode 4 tomorrow because we are enjoying the show. We're taking it in. We're not binging it. We're enjoying it.
Too late for that. The fourth episode is titled How About Them Apples? And in this episode, Meghan's guest is celebrity chef Samin. Absolutely love Samin. I feel like her personality is just so warm and inviting. So it was really nice to see her on this season. Meghan and Samin did book binding crafts. I would love to have someone in my life that I can spend a couple of hours on a beautiful day engaging in that sort of activity, but I don't think that any of my friends or family members would be down for that. So maybe I should just do it myself. But it's such an interesting craft, and you really don't see people doing things like that as much anymore, which is unfortunate. Meghan also shared that in the past she would work as a bookbinder at Paper Source, and I don't know how I didn't know this, but that was a nice little tidbit. All in all, this was just such a warm and cozy episode. I feel like I would have loved to be a third person in that room doing the bookbinding, enjoying the apple butter. And I don't know about you guys, but it sort of feels like both of them genuinely enjoyed each other's company so much so that they'll probably end up doing like bookbinding crafts or something else in the future. I feel like a true friendship was made in this episode. What do you guys think?
Meghan Markle, now known as Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, she to me reminds me of what I had as a kid thought royalty and being a princess was about. I had no idea that royalty was about war and colonizing and enslaving other tribes and other countries and other groups. To me, a princess, she is a hostess. She makes everybody feel comfortable, and she makes everybody feel like a friend and feel included and company. She's beautiful. She adores herself. She adores her company. She is a compliment to her man. She makes great meals. She's a great mother to her kids. Like, that to me is what I thought royalty was as a kid until I found out the truth. So I agree. Duchess of Sussex, her show reminds me of that fantasy.
Season 2 of With Love Meghan just dropped, and it did not disappoint. She had 2 celebrity guest chefs, David and Christina, and of course her makeup artist Daniel and BFF was back. I can immediately see the growth that she had from season 1 to season 2. At first, she was a little apprehensive last season. Because of all the criticism that Meghan gets, I could tell like it took her a while to warm up to being public again, right? To being in the spotlight of everybody. But with this new season, she's in her comfort zone. She's more natural, and I love to see it. She's expressing herself. And what I really love about the show, other than it just being really aspirational, like something that you can look at for like motivation in your own life, to show up for yourself, to have the friends, is how warm and comforting it is to see how they all get together, they love on each other, and they're just living their lives in the most simple way at their level of wealth. Now, will we all get to live like that? Absolutely not. But it's inspiring, right? She shows all of us how to add a little extra pizzazz in your life every day to make things a little bit more exciting, right? Like her little gifts and things that she makes that's so personal. I love what they did with the s'mores. They were completely untraditional. The fact that they made the graham crackers, the marshmallows, and everything from scratch was absolutely amazing. I am going to enjoy every single episode. But yeah, I love the outdoor. I love the way that they cook together in the kitchen, especially when Chef David was doing his thing. It was so perfectly chaotic and everything came out so well. I saw some new ideas as well, some things that I could do. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode.
Okay, I know I'm late to the party, but who are these people? Because they are gorgeous. This is a kitchen full of the most stunning individuals. Look at their eyes. Oh my God. I know I got nowhere to go, but I just want this bag. I just want this bag. How functional. The hell? I just want to be hanging out in a garden with a princess. I just don't see a better way to live life at the moment. Oh, what'd you do today? Oh, nothing. Just hung out in the garden with a princess. You know, the huge. No, because why is this genuinely so cute? Why is this so wholesome? What? 10 out of 10.
Can we talk about, if you guys are not watching With Love Meghan season 2, you're missing out. This bag was featured on Meghan Markle's second Netflix season of her series With Love Meghan, and she featured this travel bag in one of the episodes. It is stunning. Immediately Google Gurkha Kilbourne, and of course it's sold out. It is sold out because, you know me, I'm on the waiting list. And as soon as that next drop happens, that will be a part of my collection. That is a stunning, stunning bag. And if you guys are not watching With Love Meghan season 2, you're missing out. It's even better than the first season. And the arts and crafts and frolicking, I mean, you're going to see the cooking, obviously, and her guests are incredible. There is an episode where it's probably one of my favorite episodes, where she is gifting one of her guests with this heirloom type of gift. It is so good. And this, I cannot wait. I can smell it.
I saw this article from Page 6 a few days ago about season 2 of With Love Meghan. And what caught my eye was the fact that in the headline, they stated that the bag reviews were from UK critics, going so far as to say actually in the article that the show was praised by American reviewers. And it feels like we're finally turning a corner, right, and admitting that a lot of the criticism about Meghan Markle is from the UK media. I mean, she could cure cancer and they would find something negative to say about it. Because these are some of the American reviews about season 2, with Vogue even going so far as to say, I don't know why people are still riled. And I think it's long past the time that we let the British media set the tone for how we report on things in America. Because I read an article, a headline that says like, you know, reviewers slam Meghan, or, you know, critics are eating up Harry, and like you go into the article and it's like, the review is from The Telegraph. The review is from The Independent. The review is from like The Daily Mail or The Sun. All Brits who all have incentive to hate on this woman who left their monarchy. I don't know. I was just really surprised that Page 6 actually was like, actually, these reviews are from the UK, and American media is generally a little bit nicer about it.
Critics are, you know, maybe they're going home and they're making my skillet spaghetti anyway. Have you made anything from the last season? And you did?
Yeah.
For professional purposes or because you liked the recipe, Samara?
Both. I liked it. I liked it.
Were they saying negative things and then secretly going home and making single skillet spaghetti? Possibly.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn that I've seen that young lady pop up on my FYP on TikTok a few times, and I think I've blocked her by now, constantly screaming into the void about Meghan. Like, I remember, I think it was her that popped up during like season 1. I won't be watching With Love Meghan. Is that the same person? Couldn't be.
Whenever Meghan Sussex trends for something positive, such as a new project like With Love Meghan season 2, or anything to do with Archwell, or even if she just looks amazing, suddenly the Royal Rota and the British tabloids start to push out the most ridiculous negative counter narratives. So you've got the chat shows, you've got the podcasts, you've got them sitting around some ill-fitting studio, and they are trying to distract you. It's called distraction PR. It's about drowning out the moment. It's about drowning out Meghan's voice, because it keeps alive the scapegoat narrative while the golden child isn't exposed by comparison. And yes, there are trolling farms too. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but I've been getting a lot of DMs and I've been getting a lot of trolls in my positive comments about Meghan. And there's well documented evidence that organized online campaigns target Meghan specifically. They are coordinated waves of hate and of bots amplifying the same talking points over and over again. And then you've got those influencers who Meghan is their source of livelihood, and she's the one literally paying their bills. And these influencers for hire, they spread the smears and the hate as well. And the fact is, there are entire ecosystems just existing so they can just attack her and attack everything she says, what she wears, how she looks, what she did, what she didn't do, because her visibility is her threatening to a certain family. And her authenticity is also threatening to people who have told so many lies about her. So if you take all that, you also have chromophobia, which is a fear and hatred of blackness, which is the elephant in the room. So Meghan embodies a disruption of a particular family's image. They prefer it white, they prefer it silent, and they prefer deferential women. That's why her very presence, not her actions, but her very existence is seen as a threat, because the British press, they weaponize racism, misogyny, and xenophobia because they know it sticks and they know it serves a certain palace's PR interests. So it's like clockwork. Meghan shines, the machine attacks. Meghan shines, the machine attacks. And in the process, the institution keeps revealing its own insecurities. So yeah, I just thought I'd mention that because the attacks of the last 2 days have been incredible. But you know what? Keep going, Meghan. Keep shining. Keep moving.
So I finally watched that interview with Emily Chang, and it was a nice watch, but it really got me thinking about certain topics. I mean, everyone's talking about the pantyhose, we call them tights in the UK, and that was just such a throwaway comment, yet people really held on to that, haven't they? And how she's so aware of this whole hate machine around her and how people are making money on that. And she's like, well, there's nothing I can do about that. And one thing that stuck out for me is when she spoke about, you know, she does worry that, or she's aware that her kids will eventually see these messages and see these comments about her, see this vitriol against her. And I don't know if people who dislike her watch the whole video, but I hope that at that point they thought, you know what, maybe I need to hold back a little bit because I'm affecting a child. They probably won't, because they're just this like sad little group. More if anything, the ones who are not making money on this are this sad little group of, I'm guessing mainly women, gossiping and ranting about a woman who will not ever acknowledge them and be affected by them, because she's just totally living her best life. And yet you guys will continue being quite ridiculous and pathetic about a woman who you'll never meet and who you'll never know and who will never be affected by your words, but her children would be. So maybe that's your aim, that you're hurting children. Is that what you want? What does that say about you? But yeah.
Meghan, Harry and the children are absolutely winning at life, and this photograph from Meghan's Instagram reel absolutely encapsulates everything you need to know about how happy they are. Meghan's got a new podcast that dropped recently, the new Netflix series of As Ever. The supply chain, the products in the As Ever series have been increased. Supply chain shows they're flying out the door. Meghan's reposting her orders and what people are doing with the stock they receive. And then Meghan woke up to this. A brilliant photograph, enlarged and framed, which Lilibet is inspecting. There's always, the smallest person in the household is always the boss, right? They get away with murder, which Lilibet's inspecting before Meghan even gets there. They're free, they're happy, they've got commerciality going on to support their lifestyle, they're building a future, they're not reliant on the state. Who are we talking about there? They are building something fabulous in the California sunshine. Hats off to them. I'm sure the royalists will be going absolutely berserk. Live and let live.
Season 2 of With Love Meghan drops on Netflix today, so get ready for a brand new season of cozy aesthetic vibes. This show is so cute. I love seeing what she makes and what she's gonna cook, and I really love her style too. It's very effortless, and her no makeup is everything. And she recently shared her go-to beauty products, so let's try them. No makeup foundation. This has more coverage than I thought though, so you can see this side has the foundation and this side doesn't, so it just evens out your skin and takes away that redness. Okay, I was unsure about the match, but I actually love it. I think it's so pretty. It does feel really light, and it covers up just enough, so this would be ideal for like an everyday kind of look. Another fave of hers is the Jane Iredale eyeshadow trios. These come in a bunch of different colors, but this one is called Honeysuckle, and I'm just using the matte shade. And then the metallic shimmery brown, I'm just gonna use that on the outer corner. She is definitely an eyeliner girl, so it's no surprise that she said that MAC Teddy eyeliner is her favorite. Add a little mascara. Bonus product, the Living Luminizer from RMS. Since she didn't mention a blush, I'm gonna use Barely Rose from Jane Iredale, and I love this color. Her makeup artist shared that she wore the Dior lip glow on her wedding day, and then I'm gonna top it with the St. Jane gloss, which is what she linked on her Shop My. It's like this really pretty glossy nude.
In the next video, we'll talk about the last 4 episodes of season 2. And with that, we've come to the conclusion of today's video. Wherever you guys are, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.